Okay, so I'm going to give a few minutes for others to come in. I need to send a message to the chat room now. Give me a minute. Okay, so how's everybody here again? I think this is my first live happening. Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for. I'm hearing myself. It's echoing. Okay, who do we have? All right, so good afternoon, everybody. Why am I still hearing myself? Okay, so I'm gonna. All right, good afternoon, everybody. Yes, I think finally we are here. All right, so good afternoon. I just have to be sure that my video is showing and that you can hear me clearly. So give me a minute to check sound, check everything. Okay, great. I think we are getting it. I want to check for sound. I want to check for sound. I want to check. Amazing. So good afternoon, everybody. And if you're just, excuse me, pardon my naughtiness. If you're joining me today, this is your first time of seeing my face. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my space. My name is Isama Kawikune, and I am so excited to have you here with me. I am super, super excited to have you here with me. So today we are looking at how to move from yelling to calmness. How we can move from yelling to calmness. If you want to make any comments, you have questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat box. I'll be reading through your questions and be answering them one after the other. So today we are looking at how to move from yelling to calmness. Whether we like it or not, a lot of us have normalized. We have normalized the art of the art of yelling, the art of shouting. To us, shouting is an everyday thing. Everyday thing. Yelling is an everyday thing. So funny enough, a lot of us don't even believe that we can go from yelling to calmness. A lot of us don't believe that it is possible for parents to raise children without without neighbors hearing you scream all the time, without people hearing you scream down yourself, your head every time. So welcome to the formula, the no yelling formula challenge. Today we are looking at the formula that will enable us to move from yelling to calm parenting, from the everyday shouting parents to the parents that actually gives instruction that children follow without yelling, without shouting. So welcome to my space. And if you have not signed up for the how to get your child to listen challenge course for parents, how to get a child to listen without yelling course for parents, why now? Why have you not signed up? What are you waiting for? Why are you wasting time? It's the holiday season and the best time for you to sign up for that program. Okay, now one of the things I want us to look out, or one of the things I want us to pay attention to, is to find out why children don't obey, or what happens when parents yell. right? So what happens? Why are we all of a sudden, psychologists, people, medical practitioners, everybody starts saying, please stop yelling. Why are we preaching, don't yell, don't yell? What happens when parents yell? Ordinarily, nobody's going to come and beat you, nobody's going to come and scold you for yelling at your child. But why have we started all of a sudden start preaching that parents should move from yelling to calmness? Why is it necessary that parents move from yelling to calmness? That we all learn to parent well. By the way, before in case you're just knowing me for the first time, I have 4 children. Yes, I have 4 children, 2 teenagers, 2 preteen. Yes, 2 teenagers and 2 preteen. So when I come to tell you this is how it is, I am speaking from a place of experiment, from a place of experience, from a place of knowledge. So because a lot of us will say, but what does she know? She has not experienced it and all. I am in the midst of it, and I have been an educationist for over a decade now. So I work with children every day of my life, and I can tell you, I know what I am saying. I have first-hand experience. In fact, I'm the most qualified person to teach you this course today, because even in the children church, I work with children in my workplace. I work with children at home. I have my own kids. Everywhere I go, I am surrounded by children. Everywhere I am surrounded by children and their parents. So when I tell you, I am telling you from a place of experience, from a place of deep knowledge, not necessarily a place of just for saying sake. I know what I'm saying. I have the best experience. I am most qualified to teach you this topic. All right. So, why is it necessary that we move from yelling to calmness? Why should parents move from yelling to calmness? Why are we supposed to move from yelling to calmness? Now, I want to start with a story. In my many years of teaching, I have had students, bright ones who are capable, full of potential. Every single day, I've asked them to settle down in class and begin their work. But most times, every child will respond except one, except one, except one. Now, he will look me in the eye and continue doing exactly what he is doing. Like, there are some kids that when you give instruction, even in your homes, if you have more than 2 kids, you will notice, even with 2 children, you observe that when you give instruction, one obeys, one will take time, or if possible, they will abruptly disobey, right? Now, we now resort to raise your voice, do this, do this. So this boy in my class was like that. Every time we give instruction, sit down, he won't sit. Take your book, he won't take. And then the moment you yell, he responds. He jumps up out of here, and he will go and do what you have asked him to do that he has refused to do um all along. But over time, I told myself I wasn't going to continue like this. I was not going to continue like this. There must be something that works. There must be a formula that works for this child. It's possible I haven't really figured out what works, how to communicate with him. I haven't been able to figure out how to communicate with him. And that is where the challenge is coming from. Now, so today I want us to look at how we can communicate with our children to reduce this friction, to reduce this trouble. I want us to look at how we can move from daily tussle to calmness, to actually giving instruction that works. All right. So, first of all, what happens when we yell? Like I told you, a lot of us have normalized yelling. Like we believe that if I raise my voice, my child will take me serious. Until I raise my voice, they will not take me serious. So we have normalized it. Even I that is speaking to you today, don't assume that I was like this. Like I've been like this all my life. No. I grew up or I developed myself into what I am today, and that is what I'm teaching you. It didn't come by easily. I intentionally learned how to communicate with my kids. I intentionally learned how to communicate with them because I understand that for me to get the best of them, for me to be able to parent well, I must learn how to communicate to my children. I must learn the language that works with everyone. I must understand why they have to, why I have to speak their language. That is why we put out that course there. How to get your child to listen without yelling. When you do it, some go, hey, hey, why are they bringing course? How many course? How many are we going to do? Someone dropped a comment on my ad on Sunday, and he said, "Madam, go and sit down." That's the comment. He said, "Madam, go and sit down." That is how you people bring Western culture. All these Gen Z mothers. Who told you that being intentional about the way you communicate to your children is Gen Z, is being Gen Z or being woke, or what do you call it? Is being woke, is being trendy. I don't understand. How do we draw the line from where to where? Knowing how to communicate your child means knowing how to drive home your point, knowing how to connect, to build a connection with your child. For heaven's sake, how did we move from communication to pampering children? We're talking about learning how to communicate with children. You're talking about pampering children. They call it gentle parenting. What is gentle parenting? We're talking about mindful parenting. We're talking about intentional parenting. We're talking about being intentional about transferring our life value to our children. Nobody's talking about gentle parenting, not being your child, beating your child, or not scolding your child when they go wrong, or being all loving dovey to the point of raising nonsense, normalizing nonsense in your home. This is not what intentional parenting is all about. This is not what intentional parenting is all about. This is not what we're talking about. This is not what communication means. Communication means talking to your child in a way, in a language that they understand, without you burning out. A lot of you are burning out, yet you're normalizing it. A lot of you are burning out. A lot of you are burning out. A lot of you are frustrated. A lot of you are burning out, yet you are okay. It's fine, it's okay. We'll manage. You keep managing, you keep pushing, and then your child understands. The brain of your child is telling your child that for you to be able to communicate and for people to hear you, you must yell, you must shout, you must scream, you must jump, and then the circle continues to repeat itself. Why are we here? Because that was what we picked up. That was the strategy we grew up with. For us to be able to communicate, we learned that for us to be able to communicate with our children, we need to yell, we need to shout, we need to scream. Our voice needs to be heard. The volume needs to be up for our child to be able to hear us. And then that is what we have normalized. That is what we have adopted into our parenting into our parenting strategy. And unconsciously or consciously, that is what we are going to transfer to our children if we don't learn to do things otherwise. If we don't learn to take correction, if we don't grow, if we don't do, if we don't learn knowledge, if we don't apply knowledge. One problem I have with parents, especially parents in, I don't want to mention this side, but parents, one problem I have with parents is this stereotypic mindset. Why do we believe that we need to change every other thing except parenting? Somebody dropped off a comment on my post the other day. He said, but our parents did not learn all these things. Our parents did not go to school. Our parents did not do parenting. Our parents did not join any community. Yet we turned out okay. And I replied that, Ma, if you turned out okay like you claim, you won't drop this comment on my post. You will not drop this comment on my post. Your parents use grinding stone to grind their tomato. Are you using grinding stone today? Why are you using a blender? Your parents used hand to wash. Why? Or some went to the stream to use stone to wash. Why are you using a washing machine? Why is it that knowledge is the most difficult things for people to to buy? Even the Bible said, buy knowledge and sell it not. 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 It's an instruction from the Bible. It's an instruction from the Bible. We'll do everything. We'll change. You change your hairstyle, you change your dressing, you change the curtain in your home, you change your car, you change everything, but you refuse to change the most important thing for the task that God has given you, your parenting style. You refuse to upgrade your knowledge. You refuse to add to it. You refuse to remove the primitive method. You refuse to build, build new strategies. You refuse to grow. You're okay. It's fine. After all, our parents did not learn it. So if we don't learn it, we're not gonna die. Now our children will turn out okay. Your children are not turning out okay. That is why a lot of us, our children, the moment they finish secondary school, they enter school, phew, you will not hear from them again. You call your children, they block the line. They will not hear. They block you on WhatsApp, they block you on Facebook, they block you on Instagram, they block you on all social media. Yet you're claiming we turned out okay. Our parents is not doing it. Why are we doing it? Why are we doing it? Some of you, your children will not even answer your call. So some of you, your children are praying day and night, day and night, day and night to leave your environment, to leave your space, to leave your place. Yet you come online and you brag, it turned out okay. Let's go. Now, what happens when you yell? One, your child's brain automatically enters the fight and flight mode. By fight and flight mode, what do we mean? The brain releases cortisol. Cortisol is a hormone, is a stress hormone. It tells the body, it automatically communicates the body there's danger. The moment it releases that cortisol, the body reads it that there's danger. And when the body reads there's danger, what happens? It releases sugar, blood pressure rises, and then the child is in a flight and fight mode. The body is agile, the body is prepared for danger. Why? Because you suddenly yell. You suddenly yell. You suddenly yell. Some of us that call ourselves fathers, when your children see you, just the sight of you, you everywhere, everybody is running, helter skelter. There's fire on the mountain just because you drove in. Children are running up and down. Wife is jumping. Everybody, because they know that now that you're home, danger is here. Your presence signifies danger, and you're saying, we are okay. It's fine. It's fine. When your children leave the house, they forget everything about you. See, the parents that will enter into our parenting hub by 1st of June, you people will enjoy. You people will enjoy because I'm going to be teaching you from my first-hand experience, both as a child, as a teenager, as a married woman, as a parent, as a teacher, and as everything as a parent coach. It's 100 over 100. We must learn to do things right in our time. We must learn to do things right. This morning when I woke up, I was asking myself, I took my what's it called? I was online, I was doing the research. I want to know God's plan for parenting. Does God have plan for parents? Or there's no plan at all? Everybody do what works for you, just like they scream it on social media. Is there a plan? Did God put a plan for parenting? Did He create a plan for parenting? Did He make plan for parenting? And yes, there was a lot of plan on parenting because I saw a lot of resources talking about parenting, talking about things we can do right, talking about God's own plan. So I realized that God is so interested in our parenting. God is so interested in what we do as parents. God is so interested because He has given us the most beautiful task on earth. He has given us the most important task on earth. And the most important task we have in this earth, as long as we are parents, is not our job, is not our neighbors, is nothing, is not our health, is not it. It is the responsibility of taking care of that seed that God is going to give us, or that God has given us. Because God is going to ask us. God is going to ask us, the seed I gave to you, what did you do with it? Yesterday, I was speaking to my children as late as 11 p.m. We were talking about the parable of the man that was traveling and called his disciples, his servants, and gave them talents and asked them to go and trade with it. Two traded with it. The third person buried his own. A lot of us parents are burying our responsibility. You leave your responsibility to media, you leave your responsibility to peers, you leave your responsibility to school, you leave your responsibility to every other person except you. Except you. And then they come on social media and they scream, but we turned out okay. How did you turn out okay? How did you turn out okay? Number two, when you raise your voice, the prefrontal cortex in your child's brain shuts down. The prefrontal cortex in your child's brain shuts down when you raise your voice. Now, the prefrontal cortex is for thinking. That is where all the reasoning happens. And research shows that until a child is up to 25 years, it's not fully developed. That is why you see teenagers misbehave. You say, this boy, you don't hear what. This reasoning, the hormone responsible for reasoning is not fully developed. Is not fully developed. So it means that until your child is up to 25, you are still responsible for what happens to them. You're still responsible for guiding them. Because scientifically, that that prefrontal cortex that is responsible for reasoning is not developed until 25 years. Meaning if your child makes mistake, is acceptable. They are is allowed to make mistake. Now, when you shout, when you yell, when you scream down your voice in the quest of giving your child a task, go and do this, go and do, you want them to be afraid of you. You're shutting down that prefrontal cortex. Number three, your child, when you yell, your child focuses on emotional threat and not the instruction itself. I'm talking on this one from a first-hand experience. Whenever you yell, I remember when we were much younger, anytime my daddy wants to send you a message, oh my God, he will scream your name from far. In fact, it will be loud that the whole compound, everybody in the street will hear you, will hear the instruction. And then you that was sent, you're demoralized already. To even raise your leg and walk will be problem. Maybe there was one boy or somebody you were having a crush on in that street. You can't even afford to leave that environment because they have demoralized you emotionally. He has broken you emotionally. Why? If you felt that way as a parent and didn't like it, why are we repeating that process? Why are we repeating that process? Some of us will go as far as going to our children's school, or you're in a public place and you're shouting your child's name. I'm going to kill you today. The whole house, you know that I gave birth to you. I will kill you, and nothing will happen. By the time you're done, your child is so ashamed. Your child is counting time. Your child is checking calendar. When will I ever be free in this house? When will I ever be free in this house? When will I ever be free in this house? I've seen children who entered higher institution and refused to go home. Why? If your home was accommodating, if your home was good, your children will be running back to you. They will be counting days to holiday. They will come. They will call you every day. But the way we handle our children, the way we speak, we treat them like they are not humans, like they don't have feeling. And then people will come and be justifying this act. But we turned out okay. Our parents did not get all this information, yet we did not turn out okay. I made a post 2 days ago. We only survived. We merely survived. We barely survived. We did not turn out okay. There was nothing okay about the way we grew up. We didn't. We didn't. We didn't. We didn't. A lot of us were broken. A lot of us were broken. A lot of us were broken. Now, number 4, what happens when when you learn, or when you yell, excuse me, what happens when you yell at your child? Number 4, your child complies from a place of fear, not understanding. And this, with time, begins to build resentment. Resentment. That child, you're just you're just conditioning that child to comply. Not that they understand the instruction, or not because they want to. You have conditioned them to comply. Yesterday I took my time. I remember um classical conditioning, a theory in psychology. When anytime this Ivan Pavlov made an experiment, he brought a bell, he brought bell, food, and a dog. Now, anytime he brings food, he will ring his bell, grrr, he will give a food to the dog. Tomorrow again, he will come, he will ring bell, he will pass the food to the dog. And he continued ringing bell and passing the food to the dog. One day, now that is called classical conditioning. The brain of the dog now understands that whenever he hears the sound of the bell, crunk, 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 it means food is by the way. So whenever the dog hears crrr, the dog will run towards the man, knowing fully well that the next reward will be food. Over time, he will ring the bell, the dog won't come. Over time, and it continued like that. Now, when you bring it to parenting and yelling, your child already knows that they are complying. They comply from a place of fear. When you give instruction, the next reward is consequence, punishment. So they don't have any other choice than to comply. It may not be convenient, but because they are afraid of the punishment that is attached, they will comply. They will comply. They don't have a choice than to comply because they know that the next thing is punishment. They know that the next thing is punishment. So I have listed 4 things that happens when you yell. Number 1, your child's brain enters the fight and flight mode. Number 2, that is the body telling the child there's a danger. There's a danger. That if you have a toddler, go home and just yell, shout, go and do this thing. You will see the child jump up and start crying immediately. The body is telling the child that there's danger, there's danger. And when there's danger, what's the next thing? Run, no. That's what the body is hearing. Or run for safety. And the child begins to scream, to yell. The child begins to yell. Number 2, when you scream your child's brain, the prefrontal cortex that is responsible for reasoning, shuts down. Number three, the focus move to emotional threats, not destruction. The child begins to see the emotional threat in every instruction you give. In every instruction you give. Then number four, your child complies not because they understand or not because they want to, but because they are compelled, they are conditioned. They know that there's a punishment attached to that message, and they begin to comply. And this with time, over and over again, what happens is that your child begins to build resentment. Your child begins to build resentment. I have seen children, I don't know about you, but I've seen teenagers who beat up their parents. Did they just wake up in the morning and start beating their parents? No. It's coming from pile up of resentment. They have been waiting, they've been waiting for a day to come, then they will descend on their parents. And maybe, fortunately, that day came, and the next thing was to pounce on them. Pounce on them. I have seen, I have seen children who beat up their parents. So when people say, "Well, we are okay, our parents did not learn and they did not die," I begin to wonder, are these people okay? How do you think? How do you think? How do you reason in 21st century? Your children are using phone now. All the kids are on holiday. A lot of them are going to spend their life in front of TV. What they are watching, how do you communicate? How do you begin to tell your child, this is what to watch, this is not what to watch? Watch this, don't watch this. When you see this picture is a bad picture. When you see this picture is a good. How do you communicate? How do you communicate? Some of you want to, and if you like, go and look for pictures of people that are naked. Go and be watching it. Is that how to communicate? Is that how to communicate with your child? You mistakenly stumble on your child watching porn, or maybe you see watching naked. Hey, well, estate, come and here. You call her Auntie Amaka. You don't know what happened today. I saw Ngozi has been watching porn, watching naked picture. You call the other person. Hey. When I was your age, I did not do it. Heaven knows I did not do it. Everybody knows I did not do it. I did not do it. I did not kill my parents. You will not kill me. Everything you have succeeded in doing is teaching your child how to play smart. You haven't solved the problem. You haven't changed anything. You haven't communicated. You have only taught your child how to play it smarter. You have only taught your child your reaction. So they already know. And trust me, children are very smart. They already know. They are aware. The next time they'll be smarter. The next time you'll be in that house, you will never catch them. Trust me. You will never catch them. So when we say learn how to move from yelling to calmness, we know what we are saying. We don't have mental problem. We know what we are saying. The children you're raising now are not the children of 20 years ago. They are not the children of 30 years ago. A lot have changed. We've evolved. Technology has evolved. Life has evolved. Building has evolved. Education has evolved. Everything has evolved. Why is your parenting style not evolving? Okay. Your child is not ignoring you to be difficult. Oh. They have learned exactly how much volume is required. They know. They know. They know, leave her, let her scream. I have seen children like that. The mother will be shouting, "You will give me today! You will give me today! If you don't give me, between me and you, we will know who is the owner of this house. We will know who is the father. We will know this." The child will be so. I said, leave her, let her go with her ranting. That's because they've seen you it all. They have seen it. What's the worst that can happen? You shout, you yell. maybe you scold them, you carry iron, you hit them, you carry 2 by 2, you hit them. At the end of the day, did it solve anything? No, it didn't. It didn't. 4 reasons. 4 reasons why children resist instruction. 4 reasons why children resist instruction. Number one, developmental stage. This is common with children in age 2 to 4 and 11 to 14. For the ones that are 2 to 4, they are in the formation age. They want to do things on their own. They enjoy independency. You start hearing things like, no, I will do it myself. I want to sit here. I want to do this. That's for age 4 to, no, this don't leave it for me. Give me. It's my own. That's just them trying to form the identity. That is them trying to form their identity. In fact, I have one in my church. Every time, oh God, if everybody will sit down except him, everybody will sit down except him. The only time he comes to me is when he needs something. That's him exercising his identity. He's just trying to build identity. He wants to understand himself. He wants to understand himself. And you, the parent, if you don't know, if you're not aware, if you don't know how to communicate, you're going to break that child. You're going to break that child. One day I was in class, and one of my core teacher in church, probably she got tired of all the, and then she came for him. She was said, please, no, we don't. I don't believe in scolding children to the point of beating them, and you just toughen that child. There are ways of communicating with this age. Every age has different ways. We have different ways of communicating with different ages. Now, for the ones in the ones of age 11 to 14, they want autonomy. They want autonomy. They want respect. They want you to recognize them. They want freedom. That is this teenage years. That is when it becomes tough. That is when it becomes tough. And if you're not careful, this is the time you may lose. This is the time most parents are likely to lose their children. This age 11 is a developmental age. Once a child passes through that stage, you're free. But the time they are there, between 11 to 16, 17, you need to be very careful. You need to be very calm. You need to be very patient. You need to be very knowledgeable. If not, you will lose them. You will lose them. And trust me, there are a lot of ways to lose these children. There are a lot of ways. The brain is developing autonomy. So resisting instruction is normal to them. Resisting instruction is normal. The brain is telling them that at this point you can do anything on your own. You can be on your own. You can do anything on your own. My son woke up some weeks back and told me, Mommy, well, all my classmates are not coming to school again. Since we finished our mock exam, everybody's not coming to school. I said, you're not your classmates. You're not your classmates. If their parents feel they cannot come to, that is for them. In our house, we have principles, we have values. And when we finished that conversation, he went inside, wore his clothes, and went to school. Since then, we've not battled, we've not talked about it again because it's sorted. Imagine if he had said, I'm not going to school. Wow, how dare you? Who gave birth to you? You carry iron, bow, carry tongari, you start beating. That child will only be counting days. That child will be counting days. Days that the moment they step out of your house, they get admission, they say, praise the Lord, I've gotten admission. That is, nobody will knew that you in fact, people will be asking, what about your child? Say it's fine. What about your child? It's fine. Your child will not want to see you again. They will pray thanking God that they left your presence. Okay. Now, at this point, what are they doing? As they're building autonomy, they're testing controls, they're exploring choices, they are feeling powerful in a big word. They want people to respect them. To them, nobody should question their authority. To them, identity outside, they want to be validated. At that point, their friends begin to have more influence. And if you haven't built an influence at the foundation level, you will struggle. 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 Peer influence will increase. Yes, they want to feel respected, not controlled. They don't want you to control them. They want you to respect them. That is for that age, from 11. They want you to respect them. Like I told you, I have two at that age. So I know what it is. And I know how to communicate with them. If not, you will lose them. You will break them and you will lose them. Have you not seen children who leave the house and never want to come back home? There are plenty. Now, number two, why children resist instruction? Attention competition. A lot of things are competing with your instruction. A lot of things are competing with your instruction. Your child is watching TV, or maybe they are doing homework, or maybe they are playing outside with their friends, or maybe something is distracting them. So when you notice this, it could be a reason why children, most times when children are watching TV, especially this their cartoon that steals their attention, you give instruction, you may even call your child 10 times. No answer, no response. They did not hear. So many things are competing with their attention. So many things are competing with their attention. Number three, instruction overload. Me, that is talking to you. I used to be very, in fact, I'm sitting on this WhatsApp group, I'm repenting. I am gradually repenting. When I discovered, because this one, I have a daughter who, when you send her two message, she will forget one. Initially, I'll be like, does it mean that this girl? Then at the point, I sat down and said, wait, oh, does it mean that I'm giving too much instruction at a time? Because when you ask her, carry this bag inside, when you're coming, bring my phone. She'll say, okay, mommy. She will go inside. She will drop the bag. She will come back and she'll be like, what's the next thing you say I should do? I say, hey, but I said, bring my phone. She said, okay, she can't bring the phone. So if you send her three messages at once, she can only do one. You send her four, she can only do one. You send her five. I said, okay. It is her personality. You see, the next course I'm going to be having with your parents will be talking about personality. Because a lot of us are parenting these different children with one style, one style, and you come back and say, this student, there's no manual for parenting. There's no manual. Do what works for you. Who told you? Who told you? In your house, you have a phlegmatic, a melancholy, you have a sanguine, you have a choleric, and you're using the same hand to train all of them. In this age and time. Hmm. So I observed that I was actually overloading her. One instruction at a time. One instruction at a time. One instruction. Take the bag inside. When she comes back, go and give me water. When she do, and she's happy to do it. She'll be like, okay, okay, okay. A lot of us are like that. We give so many instructions at a time. When you're going to school, carry your water bottle. As you're going to school, wear your socks. You don't forget your water bottle. Pick up your school bag. Don't forget to bring the car key. As you're going, come with this. The brain is not programmed to receive plenty instruction at a time. At a time. Too many words, too many instructions at once will overwhelm the child's brain. It will overwhelm their memory. Give one instruction at a time. Give one instruction at a time. When we were much younger, the way my mom sent us message, she writes and pastes. Instruction one, here. Instruction two, this way. Instruction three. So when you finish here, you know the next thing. I do that also. The days I leave my, like I travel out of town, you know, or maybe they are not home and I want to give instruction, I write it on my sticky note and I skip. Do this, step one, or question one, or instruction one. First step, second, third. So they know that when they finish from you. But when you jam pack the bed, when you wake up, sweep outside, sweep the sitting room, wash the plate, do the dish, do the before you children are very playful. Before you even get to the junction, they've forgotten most of the things you sent them. A lot of us are like that. And when you come back, did I not ask you to wash plate? Did I not ask you to wash toilet? Did I not wash? Ma, you overloaded their brain, their memory. They have other things they are thinking too, just like you. So number four, the yell threshold. Number four, the yell threshold. Children have been trained to respond only when the volume is certain level. I've seen children. They will tell you, don't worry, my mom is not serious yet. When she's serious, we will know. Because they know that you have a threshold. You will go from go and do that thing, go and do that thing. You now increase it, go and do that thing. You now go and do that thing. They know that you have gotten to that peak. That's when the instruction will be followed. You start shouting, until I shout, they don't learn. It's because you taught them that they should not learn until you shout. Because that is what you taught them. 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 We should learn to do better. We must get it right in our time. We must get it right. We must get it right. We must get it right. We must get it right in Jesus' name. When we talk about defiance behavior, how do we train defiance in children? One, we give instruction. And then the first time the child does not respond, we repeat the instruction and we repeat it again. Maybe after the fourth or third or fourth time, the child finally responds. And then the child learns that the real signal is the yelling. Remember classical conditioning I explained? Is the yelling. That yelling works. Because until you yell, the child does not move. So when that child becomes an adult tomorrow, they continue with that cycle. The cycle begins to repeat itself. Before I knew how to communicate, I was the highest yeller, if there's anything like that. I was the highest yeller. Sometimes my husband will be begging me, Madam, I beg now. Please now, help us. I will shout for everybody. In fact, most times, there's this research I'm reading, I'm on recently, and I realized that the way we parent, most times in parenting, your own parenting, the way you were parented, grows up. That is why you see that when you give instruction and your child does not listen, if you take it back to when you were that age, your parents gave instruction, you didn't listen, they scolded you, they maybe beat you blue black. And then the moment you become a parent, your brain begins to think back, to reflect back on those years. How did your parents respond? They beat you. You say, okay, now that is what I'm going to apply. And you pounce on your child. So you see, childhood trauma, when people scream childhood trauma is real, and is more expressive in parenting. Is more expressive in parenting. Is more expressive in parenting. Your brain, that's your inner child comes alive when you become a parent. You begin to react how your parents reacted when you were your child's age. The only thing that can help you, if you have been able to deal with that trauma, if you've been able to take courses, maybe speak to therapists, take courses on how to deal with childhood trauma. That's the only way. That is the only way. If not, you're going to kill your children. When you remember what they did to you as a child, you descend on your child. When you remember how they treated you as a child, you put the same treatment on your child. on an innocent child. We have to do better. We have to do better. We must get it right. We must get it right. Now, I'm going to share with you 5 steps quickly. 5 steps of no yell formula. The 5 steps of the no yell formula. Number one, get physically present. You see this thing we scream, connect to correct, connect to correct. It's very important. Don't give instruction from the abstract. Don't give instruction from far. Give instruction from a place of physical presence. Let your child feel your presence. Let your child feel your presence. Some of us are not really present in our children's life. Unfortunately, a lot of us are not. A lot of us don't even know the children we are parenting. A lot of us, that is why some parents, when they send you a message, your child committed offense in school, you go and fight school. Without knowing that your child is actually the main culprit. Your child is not as innocent as they look. But because you haven't taken your time to build that connection. I'm not talking about buying clothes for your children. I'm not talking about buying shoes. I'm not talking about emptying the cold stone ice cream. I'm talking about building connection where your child can come and talk to you without feeling judged, without feeling of I'm going to be judged, they're going to judge me, they're going to kill me. Where even if your child commits an offense, even if your child commits an offense, they can come to you and say, Ma, sir, mommy, daddy, I know I did wrong, but you're the only person I can talk to. Your child can be vulnerable. A lot of us are not present in our children's life. Be present. Be present. Be present. Be physically present. When you're giving instruction, make sure you're present in your child's life. Build that connection. Build that connection. Children relate more when they have that connection with you. Because why? You're their love. They don't want to offend you. Have you ever wondered why your children love their teachers so much? A teacher say go and bring chair before you know the child. In fact, 5 people will be rushing to bring the teacher's bag. Only one bag. Bring my bag. Everybody want to carry the bag. Why? Why? Is there something the teacher is telling them that you are not telling them? Why? I have worked in a school, worked in a private school where parents will come and say, please help me talk to my child to do this. And I will pick up the phone, give him the phone, and say, go and do what your parents ask you to do. And the child will obey. No stress, no struggle, nothing. The child goes. Fear is done. The parents will come back. Thank you. I don't know how you could do it. God bless you. Thank you. Number two, how to move from yelling to calmness. The no yelling formula. Number two, use calm and firm voice. As a parent, you need to be firm and flexible. You need to be firm and flexible. Firm, you need to be firm. You need to have structures in place. You need to have system. You need to have consequences. You need your child to understand that there are rules everywhere. I announce it everywhere in my house, in my church. Everybody know me. There are rules and regulation. There are consequences. So you need to be flexible at the same time. You need to be loving. You need to be calm. You need to be patient. You must learn to balance it. You must learn to balance it as a parent. You must learn to balance it because this is where people misinterpret it and they begin to say, hey, you can all these gentle parenting you are talking about, yeah, this gentle parenting. Nobody's talking about gentle parenting. Nobody is talking about gentle parenting. We're talking about intentional and mindful parenting. We're talking about being flexible and being firm, balancing it on a scale so that you don't ruin your child. Now, number three, give one instruction at a time. One instruction at a time. One instruction. Don't give plenty instruction. Go and do this, go and do that, go and do this, go and do that. You're going to block the child's brain. One instruction at a time. One instruction at a time. Number four, give them time. Give time to follow the instruction. I've seen some parents, when they send you to do something, you ask your child, take that remote up. The next thing you send on the child, give time. If the child does not respond, repeat the instruction. That is number four. Number five, and the final one, acknowledge compliance. When your child obeys, acknowledge compliance. You see those teachers who people envy. I don't know what they're telling to my child, but I don't know, the teacher, they have a way of talking to my child. There's nothing special about the way they talk to children. They acknowledge them a lot. They acknowledge them a lot. You hear things like, clap for yourself, clap for him, he did well, give me high five. Come on, well done. I'm so proud of you. You did it. The child will be happy. The child will be happy. The next thing they want to please you. Because it's just like our relationship with God. When you come back to tell God, this thing you did for me, thank you so much. God will say, this one thing, let me do more. So when you tell this your child, the way you did this today, thank you so much. I so much love how you swept the house and arranged the sitting room. Everywhere was neat when I came back. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, the child will extend it to the room. Tomorrow, when you give instruction, the child will listen. The problem is that most of us, the way we don't acknowledge our children. We don't. We don't acknowledge compliance. We just feel, is it not what everybody is doing? Do it now. Nonsense. You only clean parlor. What of me that will clean the room? The child will not be like that. In their mind, they are thinking, after everything I did, this woman can't even say thank you. This man can't even say thank you. And even if the child does not react because you're the Lord and personal savior, you're big, they cannot beat you, they cannot worry you, they cannot they cannot ask you questions. They cannot ask you questions, they cannot say, I want to say something. They cannot do it. They will not bottle it up in their mind. They will bottle it up. They will bottle it up. Tomorrow you will run to me and say, "Yeah, I don't know. My daughter doesn't open up to me. My son doesn't open up. He talks to others, but he doesn't talk to me." Ma, how are you treating your child at home? How are you treating your child? How are you treating your child? How are you treating your child? We must do better. We must do better. We must do better. In Jesus' name, we must do better. It's a pledge that all of us must pledge that we must do better. Okay, so on this note, I want to invite you to the calm, how to give instruction, how to move from yelling to calmness. This is just a webinar. The main masterclass is coming up next week, and it's a 3 days course. It's running from the 8th to 10th um of April 2026. It's going to, this one, we have not scratched the deep. This is just like the tip of the iceberg. By the time we are done for the 3 days, you will see real transformation. You will experience real transformation. You will see yourself move from point zero to point 10 at least. You will see real transformation. So if you haven't signed up for that course, if you haven't signed up for the course, how to get your child to listen without yelling or shouting, I want to please beg you, I want to encourage you to go and sign up for that course today. Sign up for that course. It's just 5,500 naira. It was 10,000 naira before. We brought it down to 5,500 naira so that everybody can be able to afford it. So please, I am giving you that discount today and that grace. Make sure you sign up for the course. It's a 3 days course. In these 3 days, we are going to be digging deep into what it takes. You're going to have tools, you have structures, system, everything put in place to move yourself from the point where you are to the point where you want to be, because the children that God has handed over to you are very precious, and you are accountable. I cannot say it any less. You are accountable for the children that you are parenting. You are accountable to God, you are accountable to the society. So, whatever it takes to raise a decent, whatever it takes to raise a wholesome child, give it 100 over 100. Don't hesitate. Don't say, what are they teaching us? Have we not learned enough? You have not learned enough. You haven't learned enough. Study to show yourself approved. That is what the Bible said. Study to show yourself approved. Study to show yourself approved. Make sure that at some point you're studying. And of course, I cannot forget to announce a parenting hub that is starting on the 1st of June. We are going to be taking parents on a journey of transformation, on a journey of transformation. We must get it right as parents. We must get it right because it's an instruction from God. We must get it right. So if you haven't signed up for that course, please make sure to sign up for the course. I'm going to be leaving the details of sign up in the parents group. In the group there, when you make payments, we take you to the masterclass group where you will experience magic. And I promise you, by the time we are done for these 3 days, you're going to see real transformation. You're going to experience real transformation. And if you enjoyed this class, if you got value from this class, why don't you go back to the group and share your experience with them? You can share with me on my DM. I am here for you. Share your experience on my DM. I will be glad to walk you through your parenting journey. Until I see you next time, my name is Isoma Kawipune, and it is bye bye from me to you. So have a lovely holiday, have a lovely Easter celebration. God bless you, God bless your family. See you in the masterclass. Bye for now.